Do you have difficulties with staying productive no matter what? Or because of the situations in the world or your personal situations, you get so distracted and you cannot focus on what's in front of you and what actually you can change in life? Well, then you need to learn a little bit on productivity and how just to be productive on an everyday basis. Before we dive into this topic, I would like to mention that this channel is for free-thinking people who are just looking for happiness and freedom, and here you can learn a lot about business and self-development, so make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell not to miss future videos of mine coming every Wednesday. And it makes sense to be productive not only for your own sake, because when you are productive, you become an example for other people. This way you help other people to develop. Very often we cannot change other people's lives. We can only show another way. We can only be like an inspiration for them. They have to work the path on their own. And therefore, when you show a good example, no matter what it is, then you are already helping others. So stay productive not only for your own sake, but also this way for the sake of others. And why are people not productive in the first place? It's very often because of their ignorance. They think they can afford doing nothing or being not productive. The fact is nobody can afford it, because time is the only resource we can never get back. When it's gone, it's gone. Our years pass just like that, and nobody can afford, no matter how much money a person has, one cannot afford not being productive. And of course, you can decide what you're going to do. You can decide which areas you're going to focus your time, on. The more you develop, the more you can do. But just do nothing and be a couch potato, nobody wants it in the first place, and nobody can afford it. It's pretty ignorant to think that one can earn money and then afford doing nothing. Life is about development and being the best version of yourself, and this way also helping others and being happy. And if you don't develop, you just go the other way, and nobody wants that. But people very often do it without being aware of what they're doing. So make sure you're creating new habits every day. Your life consists of a lot of habits, and you need to make sure you create healthy, good habits for you and other people. And there are different kind of things we need to focus on an everyday basis, and that is our health, our mindset, our family and relationships, our work, our business. And when you create good habits which cover and take care of all of those important parts of your life, then you make the best out of your time. I have some other videos, for example, about time management and being productive and not to procrastinate. So make sure you also watch them after watching this one. For example, this one here, and there are a few others you can find on my channel. Make sure you subscribe, because there is a lot of quality information for you to enjoy and to learn. So first, when it comes to being productive, and you need to also to stay healthy, is that you need to sleep enough, but also not too much. You need some productive time, and usually it's about 7 or 8 hours a day. But it also depends very much on your body. Some people say it's okay for them if they sleep like 5 or 6 hours, which I think is a little bit not enough. And like average is about 7 or 8 hours and not more than 9. If you sleep more than 9 hours, then your system is not trained enough to do more and to, to become more powerful. So you don't use your resources for gaining more power. And there are some researchers saying that it can also cause some sicknesses and you can die earlier. So no matter if you don't sleep enough or sleep too much, it's not good for you. So make sure you find some healthy number of hours for yourself that are enough for you to recover, your strength and to be productive. And when you get up, make your bed, no matter if you have to go to work or you work at home. It really, when you make your bed, it makes something in your mind, you start to focus better. And if you don't make your bed, it all looks like the situation doesn't look productive. So make sure you make your bed immediately. Open your windows, let the fresh air in. Drink something healthy, be it water or water with lemon and things like that. And later on, you can also drink some coffee if your body is okay with that. And if not, there are a lot of things you can supplement coffee, like chicory, for example, I think is very good because the taste is very similar. The result is very different. So it's pretty healthy. And then you need to take care of your mindset again. So this time you kind of take care of your body already and also of your mindset. And then at the beginning of the day, it's good to continue with working on your mindset. And that is take your time for meditation or for any kind of work with consciousness that you choose, because you need to make sure that your mind is relaxed and focused and motivated and purposed to be productive. Because after we wake up, we're a little bit, all over the place, some of us, and we need, to train our mind, be it a few minutes or half an hour, no matter what kind of methods we are using, what kind of training for our mind or meditation we use. Choose something that is productive for you and that is working for you. And then also make sure you do something for your body, like morning exercises. Some people prefer to exercise later on in the afternoon or in the evening. It's also fine. It depends on your circumstances, if you have to actually drive to your office or not, if it's too early or not, then you can decide. But if you work from home, then it's better to start with your exercises, just because it's healthy to start your day this way and you can also afford it working from home. And in many cases, it makes sense to have a business which you can run from home. And also in situations when there is some crisis, which we face from time to time, pretty often nowadays. I have a separate video on how to deal with crisis. Make sure you watch it after you watch this one. Here's the link to that other video. And if you want to learn how to start a business but you don't know what to start with, check out my business checklist, all the things you need to do so you will not forget anything important. The link to this checklist on how to start your online business is in the description below. And after you showered and got dressed and had your breakfast, don't forget to really dress properly. You don't have to be fancy here or business-like, but it can be casual, but it should not be pajamas. Yeah? Because the way you are dressed also makes your mind, focus on things. And if you're in the pajamas, your mind is immediately into hanging out on the couch, state. And this is not the attitude you need during your work. The next step is to structure your day, to plan your work and your day. Some people do it in the evening, before they go to bed. It's also fine. Do as you wish, but just make sure you plan what you do, because without a plan, you usually are not as productive as with having a plan. And also without a plan, you don't even know where you're going. And very often you will procrastinate a lot of things if you don't have a plan. So that's a very important point here, to have one. And then you start your day, the working part of it, with the most difficult task. Like they say, eat this frog first, the difficult thing you do. And after you've done it, make sure you celebrate it with some, coffee or something else you like. Some kind of break where you can enjoy some music or check your phone just for casual things. Because usually when you work, make sure you don't have your phone with all the notifications on. Better you switch it off, all the sounds. But if you have to stay in contact because of the work, then leave it on, but make sure you don't go into notifications that you don't really need right now. You can check the phone in the breaks mostly. Don't just always react to all the notifications, because then you will not have a productive even 5 minutes. Yeah, you will always be around the place. Nowadays there are so many things, so many applications we are on, that if we just follow what's happening, we will not get very far. We need to decide what we do and when. We need to take our lives into our own hands. I mean, on the everyday basis, on the basis of our habits. When you take the broad picture of what's happening in life, this we cannot really control because it's beyond our control. But what we are doing every day, like how we, manage our life, this we can control. And this we should focus on, because all the rest, no matter how much time we think about it or watch news about it, we cannot do anything, or not much at all. Just to make some good wishes and hope that things will change for the better, or maybe donate some things to somebody. But on the bigger picture, most of us cannot control what's going on. Yeah? So make sure you control what you can control, so that you can be useful, and you can this way protect others and your loved ones, and maybe some other people. So again, you make some pauses after fulfilling task, and then you make another pause for lunch, and then so you work into some blocks and not just work without having an idea of having a break or celebrating fulfilling some tasks. And after the last task, you celebrate, with having a walk or going to gym or whatever before dinner. But before we go to this point, when it comes to work, it's good to learn some online skill nowadays. It's very productive because it's also very flexible. No matter how the situation changes in the world, you still can do a lot. Learn some online skills, like online marketing, for example. And on this channel, I give a lot of advice on how to do online marketing. Make sure you watch some other videos of mine here on this channel, and also you can start a YouTube channel, for example, as a side hustle, so to say, or you can use other social media for monetizing your content. I have a course on 8 ways to monetize your Instagram account. Make sure you check it out. The link is in the description below, and there you can learn how you actually can monetize your content on Instagram. And I also talk about it in this video. You can check it out if you'd like. So there are different ways you can be flexible with what you're doing, so that you can stay productive no matter what. If you lose a job, you can still have some side job or some online business, that at least pays very important bills of yours. So when it comes to dinner, make sure you have some movement before dinner after you work. Yeah? In case you work in the way that you move a lot, some physical work, then you don't have to do it. But there are so many of us who have to work on the computer or stay at your desk. And that's why we need this walk or some movement or physical exercise even more. And this is not only good for your body, but also for your mind, because you can then forget about your work for a while, really switch your focus to having rest and enjoying the other part of your life, where you can, spend time with your relatives and friends. And in the evening, make sure you have some quality time with your loved ones. Yeah? And if you cannot afford meeting them for some reason, make sure you have a call with them, or even a video conference, having drinks together or having a dinner together this way. And then in the evening, avoid any kind of social media. Just better you read a book. It's also very good for your brain, reading books, and helps you to stay the best version of yourself. And I have a book on personal development, where I also talk about my journey on this path of personal development. So if you'd like to have a book to read in the evening and to learn how you can be the best version of yourself, make sure you check out my book. It's on Amazon, and the link is in the description below. And also, you can afford watching some movies. It's also good to switch your brain like this to something more relaxing. And to make it also a useful act, I just recommend watching movies in foreign languages so that you can improve your, I don't know, English or whichever language you want to improve. And this way, you're just enjoying something but learning something important which you can use for your work or for everyday communication. If you watched this video so far, please make sure you give it a like. It really helps me spread this important information so that other people can benefit from it. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that we can meet again next Wednesday, and so that you can get access to more valuable videos which I provide every Wednesday. And leave me a comment if you are using some of those tips that I mentioned. And also, please, if you have some other tips on how to stay productive, share with us in the comments so that we can all learn from it. I will really appreciate it. Watch some other videos of mine here, and see you next Wednesday.